Good evening and welcome to my study. My name is Ron. I'm your host. It's my pleasure to share a daily devotional with you. And hopefully it'll be something that will give you pause to meditate, or at least think about for a little bit. I didn't turn the fireplace on tonight. It was a beautiful spring day here today. Just gorgeous. Almost t-shirt weather. So yeah. Enjoy, and this is the end of the first week of November. It's crazy, but I love it. We finished with the book of Luke, and we're going to be moving into John here. The book of John. That's the last of the Gospels. But I listened to uh, Dr. David Jeremiah podcast today, and he talked about spiritual warfare and the whole armor of God. Now, I mentioned that a lot here on this channel, that we need to wear the whole armor of God. And staying in the Word in a daily devotional is a big part of that. The way he explains the whole armor of God is truly enlightening. You need to watch it. It's entitled Spiritual Warfare, Dr. David Jeremiah. So we have the whole armor of God. We know we have the belt of truth, and the truth is the Word of God, and living by it. We have the breastplate of righteousness, and we know that righteousness comes from faith in Jesus. Shoes of the gospel of peace. If you're not in the Word on a daily basis, it's really hard to know the gospel well enough to be fully prepared to share it. I have often stumbled with my words when I'm talking to somebody. It takes some practice. So practice is important, and knowing the Word is important. And the helmet of salvation, that's an obvious one. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but by me. So there's your helmet right there. And then you got the shield of faith. What does the shield do? Protects you from the fiery arrows that come from Satan. Now, those first 5 parts of the whole armor of God are all defensive pieces of armor. The last one, the sword of the Spirit. Now, anytime I've been talking about it, I always hold up the Bible and say, this is the sword of the Spirit, the Word of God. The way Dr. Jeremiah explains it, this is the armor. There are many swords and spears and weapons in this book. But if you don't know them, pretty hard to use them. Psalm 119. And why is it important to know these words, the verses that could be used as your sword? Psalm 119:11 tells us, I have thought much about your words and have stored them in my heart Why? To keep me from sin. There's the key right there. If you have some word in your heart, in your mind, it should keep you on the straight and narrow. Just like our verse for this week. Psalm 119, verse 105. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. Keep that armor of God on, the whole armor, and you will be prepared for the battles that are coming. And I promise you, there are battles coming. The election in the States, I'm quite pleased the way it went. But there will be some fallout, undoubtedly. Dems do not go down easily. So there's something to meditate on. You all have a good night. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget our verse. Good night.